Hi, I am Mandy of Mad Cow Mandy Designs. It is November the 3rd, 2022, and this is stitch 38. Oh my goodness. Okay. We got a lot of ground to cover today. I hope you have your project and a drink because I have a finished object and it's a doozy. I finished my sweater. Oh, I told y'all last Thursday that I wanted to have this finished, and I did. I made the cutoff for the Pretty Twisted Yarns spooky sweater knit along. It's done. I don't have to worry about it. I've even weaved in all the ends. The only thing I haven't done is washed it. And that's mainly because I need to buy one of those mesh racks for it to lay on to dry and get air circulation on both sides. Otherwise it will take over a day and I don't have anywhere to put it to dry for that long. So, oh, it's beautiful. I love it. Okay, I brought my notes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all the things I did wrong, all the things I did right, all the million modifications that I made. I do have project pages on my website. They are not on Ravelry. They're on my website, madcowmandydesigns.com. It's always linked down below, and I try to put every single project on there. I do need to update because it's been about 2 weeks and this does not say that it's finished. It doesn't list the modifications that I made. There's another project I started. There's some other ones I finished. I need to update it. If you ever have a question and it's not on the website, please ask. I am more than happy to talk to people and tell you how I messed something up so that you don't make the same mistake. Okay. Let's start with the fact that I know how to use a measuring tape. I know how to count. I am a 47, which means that when I made my Mostly Ghostly sweater, which is the same designer and same sweater, different color work, I made a size 45. That thing swallowed me. It's a big sweater. When I washed it, it grew, but it was big even before then. I understand positive and negative ease in sweaters, and I get the whole concept of it. As soon as I try to actually pick my size, everything goes out the window. I don't understand any of it anymore. It is a problem that I am working on. So, this is a wonderful pattern, great designer. I am not saying that her sizes are incorrect because it is 100% my fault. I cannot pick a size for myself. Can't do it. I get it wrong every single time, no matter who the designer is. So, last time I made a 45 because I am a 47, so that's 2 inches of negative ease in there, and it was still too big. So when I went to make this one, I should have made a 45. I was like, no, I'm not doing this again. I'm going to go down a size to a 38. And then I made my gauge swatch, and my gauge was way off. I did some math. My husband did some better math. And we came to the same conclusion that I needed to go down an entire pattern size for the gauge I was getting. So if I knit a 38, it would be a 45. What I ended up doing is making a 34. So that went down a size for my gauge and down a size for me. Now, I remember the neck on my ghostly sweater, which is a little tighter than I would want. So I didn't want my neckline any smaller. I cast on a 38 neck. When I hit my first round of increases, I fiddled with the numbers a little bit and only increased for a size 34. So I have a 38 neck and a 34 everything else. I'm happy with it. I like it a lot. There's so much cat hair in this thing. I did the cast on that she called for on my ghostly, and it just doesn't have quite the stretch that I want. When I pull on it, like I need it to get away from me for just a minute. So I substituted and I used my sock cast on. It's the perfectly stretchy cast on. It's under tutorials if you want to see how to do that one. So yeah, I did my sock cast on and it is big. Love it. You might recall my woes of binding off on this. I did the sewn tubular bind off and it didn't stretch at all. I spent hours unpicking it and cutting out all the little felted pieces. I've done that bind off before and it didn't felt. I don't know what happened on this one, so I did not attempt it a second time. I just used Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off, and boy is it stretchy. This is a sweater that I definitely chose function over fashion, which nobody is going to be close enough. I told y'all it's covered in cat hair. I gotta wash it. No one is going to be close enough to me to notice that, oh, you should have done a different bind off. If you're that close to me, I'm going to need you to take a few steps back. But I am happy with it because it stretches. I love it. Okay. Color work. That's a lot of color work. She warned us from the get-go that it had a really deep yoke on it because all the color work is on the yoke. You do all your color work and then you break for your sleeves. I bought the pattern knowing that she said it had a really deep yoke on it, and I compared it to the mostly ghostly, and this one has about 12 rounds extra in it. I did not want bat wing armpits, so I made a few modifications. There is supposed to be, where am I? This holly motif is supposed to be right here. It's supposed to be here too, but it's supposed to have another one right here. I completely took it out. That was like 5 rounds right there. Gone. Took it out, and then after I finished Jack's face, I separated from my sleeves, which means that this holly is on the body and on each sleeve. It is not part of the yoke. Great decision. I stand behind my choice to do that. It was wonderful. Batwing armpits, no, it fits beautifully. My sleeves, there is no taper in it. She has a wonderfully written tapered sleeve pattern. I used that on the Mostly Ghostly and it fit perfectly. Because I got the body of this sweater to fit so well, I wanted bigger sleeves. So no taper. I just knit round and round and round until the very end, and I did a rapid decrease. All the decreases that I should have been making all along, I saved them all and made them all in one round. That being said, I cannot math, can't do it. So I ended up with 2 extra stitches, I think. And I called it good enough. So my cuff is like 2 stitches too many. I don't care. It fits. Okay. I did do the short row shaping in the back, which just means that you can kind of see right here there's only a few rows. Back here there are several rows. So there's a little short row shaping in the back, and she gives you a few different options on how to achieve that. I used twin stitches. So yeah, she said that you can use German short rows, wrap and turn, or twin stitches. I like the twin stitch. I think it looks really good. It's a lot harder to see than whichever one of those options I picked last time, which was probably the wrap and turn. I don't remember, and I didn't take good notes back then. So, gorgeous. Let's talk yarn. This is what the pattern called for. Brava worsted from Knit Picks. And I pretty much went with the colors that the designer used. I've seen where people are changing and they're using like a really dark, almost black charcoal color that's really pretty. I used Solstice Heather. It is blue. It is just this deep, gorgeous blue. I love it. The red is red. Green is Peapod. The white is white. And what you cannot tell, my snowflakes are blue. They are called Clarity. And it is just the faintest, lightest, iciest of blues. I was like, oh yeah, that'll be really pretty for a snowflake. It looks white. I could have used white. If I did it again, I would pick a bluer blue, like maybe somewhere closer to like the baby blue family instead of the icy blue, because it just looks white. Okay, let me show you the nightmare that is inside. If floats stress you out, don't look, but everybody always wants to see the floats. Show you the side that I didn't weave everything in on. Oh my god, you can see Jack's face. So, I'm proud of myself. I feel like I did better this time. My ghost that I made had some puckering in them because I didn't give enough space in my floats. I am very happy this go around. I think I have lots of room. The only thing I did notice that I did is when I carried my floats. Where are they? It's more noticeable when I wear it. Yep, right there. I carried my floats, and I carried them all on the same spot for a couple of rounds, so it created these little white blips that you can see when it gets stretched out. So let's go to the moment you've all been waiting for, where I put it on. I did not wear it today because I'm already sweating. Okay, I think when I block it, the neckline will open up just a little bit more, which I'm not going to like block it. I'm mostly just going to wash it and call it good. We're going to back y'all up for a minute. So, it fits. Ooh, hit the speaker. I love it. My sleeves are nice and long. This is where I like my sleeves to land. It's not too much of like a bat wing here. Probably could have been just a couple more rows and it would have been perfect, but I am happy. I have a waist. It hits at a good length. I did shorten it by several inches. I don't remember exactly how many. I want to say I cut like 4 or 5 inches out of the length, but I'm also short. I'm 5'2". I am happy with it. And it is extremely warm. Extremely warm. Okay, that is my Bad Wolf Girls What's This sweater. It is finished. Now I just have to wait for the cold weather to show up and I'll be able to wear it. It's always a gamble if I'll be able to wear it at Christmas or not. I will definitely have a tank top on under it just in case, because there have been plenty of Christmases where it's just too hot. Can't do it. Especially if you get moving in the kitchen. Nope. Okay, that brings us into works in progress. We will start with this one that y'all have been watching. This is my bag that I picked up from Five Below, and it has my Halloween Advent in it. I ordered the Wonderful Wool Halloween Advent. It was 13 days long, and I made a sea glass tank top from Bad Wolf Girl. I picked this orange from Southern Skeins. I had it in my stash. It is Red Rock Canyon, and I've been using that as kind of the main color, so it's the straps and all. And then for the body, I went into the 13 different colors. It is not what I expected. It is absolutely beautiful, and I will probably wear this year round instead of just at Halloween. Y'all ready? You're not ready for this. It is a beautiful rainbow. Oh my god. Okay, so I have all 13 days in here. I need to go measure it up next to a tank top that I've already made for the length of it, because I think I'm about to need to start the ribbing for the bottom of it. This pattern calls for a lace bottom. And I've done, this is my 3rd time making this tank top, and I've done the lace bottom on the last 2. I wanted something different this time, so I'm just going to do ribbing at the bottom of it, and I'm off pattern now, so I need to go hold it up next to one and make sure I get it long enough. Oh my god. What I forgot to tell y'all last week is I've already done the I-cord edging. So the top is finished. I just have to do the bottom of it and it will pretty much be done. Try to see how I can show you the inside of this. I was weaving ends as I went. I don't know if that shows very well. I kind of just wove them one direction, and I'm gonna wash it, block it out, and then I'll go through and snip off all the tails because I sent it like 10 plus stitches over. So it should not back out to the point that the sweater comes undone. So yeah, it's top is completely done. I-cord edging, everything's woven in. Wove all these. I just have to finish it. So, and I think I have a video I can put together when it's all done of me opening all of them and knitting them in. So I am probably going to end up wearing this year round. This is not a Halloween tank top. I know it's a Halloween tank top. Nobody else is going to know. Nobody's going to know. I have my cute little cauldron stitch marker from Bronze Shepherd Studios. Ah, adorable. And yeah, all these bad boys over here are marking a pattern repeat. And it's close to being done. I just need to, like I said, hold it up next to one and see how much further to go, and it will be done. So maybe I'll have another finished object next week. I do have lots of minis left over. Yep, lots of minis left over. And they ranged anywhere from 1.9 grams to 2.7 grams each. Excuse me. So I've been trying to decide what to do with the leftovers. And I had a great idea at one point. Problem is, it just didn't use enough. So this is my Naughty knitting sack, and I have a pair of socks going. They're gonna match my tank top. Ah! Okay. This is Southern Skeins Hocus Pocus colorway. It's the mystery yarn that we received for October. And as soon as I saw this, I knew exactly what I was going to do with all the minis that I had left over. I have one stripe per mini. I clearly lost my mind, and if you follow on Instagram, you saw that I lost my mind. There are 13 colors, which is 26 ends just in the color work. Let me see if I can explain my craziness here. I don't know if I can, y'all. I wanted to make my socks in tandem. So that is what I'm doing. And I use just under 50 grams for a pair of socks for myself. Normally when you do socks in tandem, you'll go ahead and make two 50-gram cakes. I didn't want to do that because then I'd be left with two awkward leftovers. Like I'd be left with 2 things of 25 grams, and I don't know, it just sounded weird. So what I am doing, this sock is being pulled from the outside of the cake, and this sock from the inside of the cake. When I pull from the outside, no, start that over. When I pull from the inside, I turn the cake this way. When I want to pull from the outside, I flip my cake over so that this string stays out of the way, and I can pull from the outside without making a tangled mess. This is not exactly a traveling sock. I'm okay with that. Sometimes I feel like I'm playing chess and I have like the clock and you got to turn it or click it or whatever when it's the next person's turn. I just didn't want 2 awkward leftovers when I could have 1 leftover. So it's definitely going to have to get recaked when I get done, because this is going to end up being a hot mess. But look at how pretty it is. My new ball winder just makes beautiful cakes. And it's holding up so well to the fact that I'm constantly flipping it to do these. Because I did all of the cuff on one, all the cuff on the second, and then I do a color here and that color there. And then I do the second color, third, fourth, like that. So it's gorgeous. I love it. This one I've already got all my ends in. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment, is getting all my ends in. They are both ready for a heel. And I have my little pumpkin that I made on here, and my spooky Pop-Tart from Silly Sheep Designs on this one. I'm excited, but it didn't use nearly enough yarn, so now I'm still gonna have to figure out what I want to do with the rest of it. Thinking about making another pair. I'll just sit on it for a little while, think about it, see. Okay. And that is just my vanilla sock pattern that I always use, plus striping. To figure out the colors, I grabbed a sock that I like the length of, and I counted how many rows divided by 2, because the Hocus Pocus color goes every other stripe. That way I could easily carry my main color and not have to cut it. So total number divided by 2, and I ended up with like 17, I think, was the number, and I have 13 colors, so that gave me like an extra 4, and it all sounded good to me, so I just went with it. And I have like 5 or 6 rounds at the bottom that are just Hocus Pocus, which is perfect because it gives you a little bit of space before you start the heel. Cool deal. Mail. The only mail I got in was my Southern Skeins t-shirt. It is super cute, and I'm not wearing it, and I don't have it here to show you because I wore it yesterday. It's in the dirty clothes. It is so cute. If you want to go see the unboxing of it, the video's 3 minutes long, and the shirt is adorable. I am excited to see what comes in November's box, because we get it at the end of the month, so whatever comes out in November is actually going to be for Christmas. And it sounds like she has some good ideas in the works, and she's trying to decide what she wants to actually print. So she is doing sign-ups right now for that one. Right? Yeah. Now until the 5th, she is taking orders for the t-shirts. You need to go get in on that. I have a code down below. It'll get you 15% off, and you can give it a try. It's totally worth it. I'm hooked. I said I didn't need any more t-shirts, and yet here I am buying more t-shirts. So, and that brings us into life chatter. Life has been so busy, so very busy. It's October, and I am busy every October. That's just how it is. I sign up to do all the fall things. I want to do all of it, everything. I'm here for it. I was not here for it this year. My heart was like, yes, sign me up for all the things, and my body's like, absolutely not. No. So I signed up for a lot more things than I should have, but I did try to use restraint. It just didn't work. Yeah, so Halloween, I took some video for y'all. It's on the computer. I just need to edit that. So hopefully I can do that today after I get done with this video. And yeah, I ended up getting dressed for the wine walk, which went really well. Nobody dressed for Halloween on the wine walk. I was like one of 4 people that were dressed. Oops. But I had fun. Sometimes you just have to make your own fun. And that's what I did. A lot of people tried to not look at me, which was really funny. They wouldn't make eye contact. They wouldn't look anywhere near my person because, well, I had a slit throat. I used liquid latex, and yeah. Really funny, but it was a great event. We had a lot of fun. We were able to, there were 32 different stores in downtown that were participating in this. So you got to pick which ones you wanted to go to, and I picked a lot of the art places. So we were able to get our little taste of wine and wander through the art galleries and look at the art. It was really enjoyable. We hit up a food truck before we came home. It was a great night. My sister-in-law had a Halloween party where they carved pumpkins and everything, so she invited me to that, and I got dressed up for that one on Saturday. And Monday was Halloween. I dressed 3 times this year. Ooh, y'all, I was a sticky mess. Liquid latex is very sticky. I woke up Saturday morning, and I still had patches of latex and just like cat fur stuck to the patches. It was awful. Hot sticky mess. Sometimes I'd turn and then my neck would like stick to itself. Ugh. Yeah. It's all gone. I got it all off now. We're good. I know how to make a mess. Let's just say that. Trick-or-treaters. Oh, I forgot to count the bracelets. That's how busy I've been. I still haven't done the final count of my bracelets. I will pop a number in over here to tell you how many I gave away. That number is going to be how many I gave away. I did miss a few trick-or-treaters because my sister-in-law, mother-in-law, and a friend came over, and they were helping pass out candy, and I was passing out bracelets, and, well, I look a little creepy, so I was told by multiple people. So kids don't necessarily want to come over to me. They would rather go see the Ghostbuster and Bob Ross, who are handing out candy. So I missed probably 10 kids. But yeah, so that's how many I gave away. really curious to know that number. I have not slowed down long enough to count. That is sad. I did have a skeleton come up. Like, he was dressed as a skeleton. And I can hear his dad at the end of the driveway. Oh, look at their skeletons. Because I had, if you remember, Mr. Rexick, him and his wife were outside with us. And the little boy goes, oh, my dog! And I'm like, what? He runs back to his dad, and he comes back to me with this skeleton bulldog. And I am so confused. I look at the dog, and I look at the kid. I look back at the dog. And I don't know what came over me. I just started barking at the kid and chasing him down the driveway. I chased a few children. That was the only one that I barked at down the driveway. And it scared him. His parents were laughing, like hysterically laughing, because I chased their kid barking, and then they called me creepy. Okay. Scared a grown adult. He wasn't paying attention. So we had 2 hay rides come through, and I always go up to the drivers and give them some candy and thank them for driving the children. It's something I really appreciate them doing, so I always make a point to thank them. Well, this driver wasn't looking at me. He was turned away, talking to the passenger. So I just walk up and stand there. And his passenger starts going, dude. He's just pointing at me. So the guy turns around. Ah! Scared the mess out of the driver. Then he started laughing. When I held up candy, he started laughing, and we were all good after that. Yeah, scared him. Don't turn your back on Halloween. We'll get you. The last one that really left an impression, it was still daylight-ish out, and we're all standing up here giving out candy and bracelets, and we're like, oh yeah, there's Spider-Man and Space Jam. And then I look over and go, a politician. And everybody turns and they're like, huh. Little dude, he was like, I don't know, 6. And he is wearing a suit and tie. His hair is slicked. He is ready for Sunday church. Like, adorable. So he gets his candy, and then he comes to me for his bracelet, and I squat down. Who are you? Y'all, his eyes, they just kept getting bigger and bigger the longer I stared at them, and they were just this gorgeous, gorgeous blue, dark eyelashes, and this band of freckles across his face. He was so stinking cute. And his eyes just keep getting bigger, and I'm like, I like your suit. Thanks. Who are you dressed as? I don't remember. Okay, have a happy Halloween. Thanks. Off the driveway he goes. I'm like, that is weird. Okay. I look back over, and I see a little girl about the same age as him coming. I mean, he's barely made it off the driveway, and she's coming this way, and I'm like, man, she looks familiar. And I just kept staring at her, trying to figure out what her costume was, because it was just like this pink coat with buttons, and it was very cute. And as she walked away, it dawned on me that she's missing the little pillbox hat. I'm pretty sure she was Jackie O and he was Kennedy. So I was correct. He was a politician. I'm pretty sure they were together, and that's what that was. They were cute. Itty bitty little people. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. Made taco soup for everybody. Wow, this is going to end up being a long video. My bad. So yeah, I should have some Halloween footage for y'all soon. I went and had my second infusion for my new arthritis medication yesterday, and they double tapped me. I got my infusion in this arm, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're going to send you for lab work. That lady, I don't know what she did, because it didn't hurt when she did it, but now I'm purple. I made carrot cake. Today is husband's birthday. So yeah, I made him a carrot cake per his request. I'll be passing that out tonight, and we will be having a little family function for a birthday. And I think he wants to go out for dinner tonight. We tried to go out for lunch, and then yesterday he found out that he has a conference that he's supposed to be speaking at today. And it was during lunch. So I took him McDonald's at 10:45 this morning. That was his lunch. He gonna be hungry by the time he gets home, that's for sure. I think that's everything. I have chattered way too long, so it has been a lot of fun. Things are starting to calm down now. Thank God, because I gotta get back to like work. I just signed up for 3 events. We'll see if I get into all of them, but if I do, that's 3 weekends in a row I'll be working. So I got a lot coming up, but it's going to be less than October, because that's just how October is. But until next week, it was absolutely wonderful talking to y'all. Please take care of yourselves, your hands, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.